And welcome to an on-location installment of the Orange and Blue Report presented by the UVA Health System as we come to you from the Hoosier state of Indiana. Virginia getting set to take on the Hoosiers tonight in a 7:30 game. And Jeff White joining me now as we break this thing down. Jeff, last time we were here, 2011. It's been a while. Most of this coaching staff wasn't here. In fact, only one person from the coaching staff, and Marcus Hagens, was a part of that staff, but it was one of the more memorable finishes to a Virginia football game in a long time.
It was a crazy game. We were both here. Virginia looked like it was out of it. Some crazy stuff happened at the end. Cam Johnson got a strip sack. Suddenly UVA had the ball again, kicked the field goal, and came out of here with a win.
Pretty amazing for two teams that have only played each other 4 times in their history here with this game, but they've also saw each other last year. That was at Scott Stadium. Virginia got the lesser end of that game, so they repaid the favor. So here we go into 2018 thinking about that. Both teams have changed over. However, one guy that's back for Indiana, Peyton Ramsey, he was one of the big difference makers last year.
Yeah, he really changed the game. Indiana actually started with another quarterback who played very well the week before against Ohio State. Virginia's defense did a great job on him. Indiana switched to a mobile quarterback who really bewildered Virginia's defense for a while. There were also special teams breakdowns which led to the loss. But, I think UVA came away from that game thinking it had not played close to its potential, had a lot to clean up, and felt it was really looking forward to the rematch because I think it's better prepared to face a running quarterback.
Yeah, speaking of running quarterbacks, Virginia's added one to its arsenal. Earlier yesterday when the Cavaliers landed, they got a chance to go to Memorial Stadium, walk through. It wasn't raining yet, but we expect rain in the forecast here for this game here tonight. That'll be really interesting for both of these teams to see if it does impact one more than the other. But the reality is both teams use mobile quarterbacks, maybe Indiana a bit more prone to throw the football. You wonder how much the rain will impact a game like this.
Yeah, I just think that's impossible to predict. I mean, you've seen games in the rain where the ball is all over the field. You've seen other games where both teams play clean games, but it's definitely something to watch. Virginia ran some option last week. That gets really tricky in the rain. I don't know if the play calling will change if it's bad weather, but something to keep an eye on. Dave, I know you've looked at Indiana closely. How much does this team resemble last year's team? What's different about it?
Well, on offense, it's a very similar team to a year ago. In fact, maybe a little bit more of an identity. They've returned a number of players who were lost for the season to injury, so that helps. On the other side of the ball, a lot of youth. In fact, you could make the case 9 faces that did not play appreciable minutes a year ago against Virginia that'll be playing in this game. So that'll be interesting to watch. But, one of the things that was interesting, Bronco Mendenhall talking about last year's game and its impact, one of the things he circled, special teams. And Indiana does not have the same kicker that made 2 kicks from 48 yards or longer in that game, but they do have Jason Harris, who returned a punt for a touchdown a season ago and one of the most dynamic playmakers in the Big Ten. So it's not just offense and defense in these games. Sometimes special teams can be the difference as they were last year.
Absolutely.
Well, we will be watching this one here tonight. It's a 7:30 kickoff from Memorial Stadium. We will hit the airwaves starting at 6:30 on the Virginia Sports Radio Network. We hope you can join us. But for now, for Jeff White, I'm Dave Koehn. Thanks for joining us.